सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं परमानन्दमाधवम्। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Hari Om everyone. 2 more classes are remaining. This is the second last class. Today we are having doubt clarification. I have received some doubts which we will clarify, and in the next session we will summarize the entire Vivekachoodamani in one class. Okay. So from the verse number 1 till the last one. So before we start today's class, few things I want to share with you. See, first of all, I mentioned to you earlier also, it is a Mahayajna. For such a long time, we started in 2021 on 15th August and now 15th October we are today, right? So 2 years complete plus few months, we have regularly been meeting online, okay? But you see, whenever such Mahayajna happens, there are so many people in the background who are working. So I must recognize them and express my gratitude to all of them. So we have to start with entire group of Chinmay Mission Matanjeri. Rajesh ji and Neelam are present here today, and then all the other people who are joining, Ronak Ben, Manesh Bhai, all of them coordinated initially the entire process, and they have been adding you to the groups, and then every week they are sending you reminder. Sunday one message comes, there is a live class today. Tuesday one message comes, video is on YouTube, right? So please, wherever you are, please pray for them and wish them all the best in their sadhana. Second is, during the classes, there have been few people who are chanting the verses, repeating after me and chanting in a very, very beautiful way. So we must recognize them as well. Aarti Amma, Rekha Amma, Sandhya Amma, all of them have done a brilliant job. And there have been occasions when I am not in here on Sunday. I have to travel, and therefore I used to pre-record the classes and go. Even for that pre-recording, there were some people who used to attend, so that I have some audience in front of me and I can take class. So the people who are watching later, they don't feel that it's a recorded class. So thanks to them also. A big thanks has to go to the Chinmay International Foundation's media and IT team. It is not easy. there will be, so many, suddenly some problems will be there, but they have, really helped us, and may God's and Gurudev's blessings be on the entire media IT teams as well. All the other Sevaks of Chinmay International Foundation also, who have been, working in the background so that everything goes on well. Salutations to them as well. And finally, to all of you for, attending these sessions so dedicatedly for such a long period of time. I believe me, I know it is very difficult to attend classes live, to keep that interest going every week, to come online to attend the class. See, when we are in front of somebody in person, it is easy to for us to focus, because that ambience is created, person is talking, but all of you are sitting at your home, there will be 100 other things at home, but you keep them aside and you sit there and, focus. It's not easy, I know. So, a big thanks to all of you as well. To the entire Guru Parampara, we offer our salutations, because of whom we have received this knowledge. So, that is one aspect over. Now, what next? Okay. Two things I am going to tell. Number one, there will be some of you who have not gone through all the lectures, have missed few lectures in between, or maybe are behind, they have not yet completed. So, I am going to give you some time to complete that, to restructure your notes, etc. Now, for this, what we are going to do is, we have total 108 lectures and 7 doubt clarification sessions, right? Today is the 7th doubt clarification session, and next will be 108th session. Not planned, okay? Not planned. Such things we can't plan. This was one class where I never decided I want to finish these many shlokas. I just used to come and just take. Why? There was no end. I had told also in the beginning that I am not going to have anything in mind that I have to finish these many shlokas. As and when, how it happened, but by God's grace, exactly 108 lectures. Somebody else pointed out to me, I did not even know, because you see, I don't keep count of how many lectures are over. Somebody else pointed out to me, so by God's grace, there are 108 lectures and 7 doubt clarification. And you see how the media team, while putting on YouTube, first time, forgot to mention discourse number in question answer. And after 3-4 question answers were over, they told me that this is what has happened. I said, now don't change, because then people are, they keep track that I have watched up to this. If you change the numbers, everything, now you see here, everything has matched. Bhagwan wanted it like that only. So, those of you who have not completed watching few lectures and have not studied few verses, please go and watch it first. Now, once you have completed all the lectures, have studied all the verses, there is a homework that I am going to give you. This is also part of the homework that I got when I studied this text. Okay, when we were in Santipani, we also got such homework. So, what we are going to do is, we will be sharing with you a Google form by which you can submit your homework. But you have to first do your homework. That will take a few weeks, probably 1 or 2 months also, and then just submit it there. I will tell you what is the homework. First thing is, out of 581 verses of Vivekachoodamani, you have to pick 100 important verses. 100 important verses out of 581. Okay. Now, this is not homework for marks. This is for your reflection. That is what is doing. And as I always say, before I give homework, I first do the homework. I have got this homework done. So, 100 verses you pick which according to you are more important. That doesn't mean other verses are not important, but you have to choose 100 verses out of 581 verses. That is question number 1. Second thing is, you have to pick 50 verses for your sadhana. 50 verses for your sadhana. So, there can be some verses where he is giving upadesha, that you do this, you purify your mind, etc., etc. which can be picked for sadhana. You decide. Or some verse that hit you and therefore you want to use it for meditation, etc. There are few verses for meditation also which are there in different sections they have come. Those also you can pick. 50 verses you have to pick for sadhana. Okay. And when the Google form will be shared, you have to, so in your Word or whatever you are doing, you can just write the numbers. First, second, fourth, seventh, whatever, I am just telling you randomly. And those numbers, you can put it in that column, in the text box. Okay, that these are 100 verses, these are 50 verses. If you use computer, etc., you can keep it typed before and you can just copy paste also. Okay, if you don't do that, I have another option also which I will tell you. Okay, what can be done. So, first two questions over. Third question is, you have to summarize the entire text in whichever way you want. Okay, in short you want to summarize, lengthy summary, whatever way you want to summarize the text, you summarize the text. Okay, so 100 important verses, 50 verses for sadhana, and summary of the entire text. You can write summary according to the topics also, whichever way you want, you do it. Okay. While submitting the Google form, I am giving two options to you. There itself in the Google form, you can mention 100 verses, 50 verses for sadhana and summary, which you will type before and then just copy paste. Suppose you are not good with this entire computers, etc., you can write it by hand on paper, ask somebody to take pictures and convert it into PDF. And in that same Google form, I am also giving an option where you can upload that PDF. Up to you. If you want to type it, type it. If you want to write it by hand and make PDF out of it, you do that also. Is that okay? Okay. Now, you understand that this itself is going to take few weeks. Okay. And I hope you understood why this kind of homework, so that at least 3 times you will go through all the verses. While choosing 100 verses, you will have to go through all. While choosing 50 verses of sadhana, you will have to go through all. While writing the summary, you will have to go through all. Okay. So that is the purpose. You will go through the entire text again. Okay. Now, if you do that and still there is time, okay, I have earlier also told you that Puja Gurudev's talks on Vivekachoodamani are exceptional. So many times in the class itself, we have, seen some of the things that Gurudev has spoken in the talks. Book is already with you, the commentary of Puja Gurudev. So you can go through the book also, go through the talks also. Their most brilliant talks are there. That also you can go through. There is also a secret, okay, don't tell anybody yet. There is a Chinmay International Foundation publication which is going to come out. Not yet out. Still the work is going on. And that is on word-to-word translation of Vivekachoodamani with grammatical analysis. Okay. I don't know when it will come out. Whenever it has still to come to me for checking. Some 100 verses I have seen, but other things we have to still go through. But it will come out soon. Whenever it comes out, I will be posting in the WhatsApp group. Please make sure that you have that book with you. That is a brilliant book. That verse will be there, word to word translation, total translation, and then grammatical analysis also, whether it is Prathama Bahuvachana, Shashti, Saptami, Ekvachana, whatever. Okay, that way it is easy for you to study Sanskrit also. So that will come out. That is about Vivekachoodamani now. Now many people are already telling me, Vedji, what are you taking next? Because we have got into this habit of Sunday 5 to 6:30 or Sunday 5 to 6:15 attending this class, Indian timing, okay. There are some people attending from different times, whatever time you have attended. Till February, I am not going to take anything else in this slot. Why? Because you will need this time to do this. 3 months I am giving you for this. Probably in February, we will start a new text. Same time. And again, which text I should take, there was a lot of discussion from in my brain also, a lot of thoughts were coming. Somebody, a lot of people have been requesting also few things. So I think one text that I want to take is a Marathi text called Manache Shlok, which I have referenced many times during the class also, that it is written by Samartha Ramdas Swami, his conversations with his mind. Very good for sadhana, because you see, now we have studied, now it is time to practice. So it is a, so to say, short text, 205 verses on mind. Okay, so I think we will take that. The classes will be in English, the text is in Marathi, just like here text is in Sanskrit and classes are in English, like that. Okay, but that will be the next text which I will be taking from February 2024. Okay, till then you can keep doing your homework, keep attending other classes which you all are attending. There are so many webinars, online classes going on, Sanskrit classes anyways going on. Okay, all those you can do, complete your homework and submit. Okay, there will also be a form, Google form, one more Google form which will be shared in the group. Suppose somebody wants to offer some seva, like I have time, I can do this work, I can type it out something, what different kinds of sevas are available. So one form like that also will be shared from Chinmay International Foundation, which also you can fill and give whatever way you can, offer your seva for the work here. Okay, announcements are over, we go to our questions. Right, so I have received some questions, we'll go through them quickly. Yes, somebody is asking for yes. Guru Dakshina also, some of you have been offering Guru Dakshinas in between also, but now that the text is over, the link was already shared in the WhatsApp group. If not, we'll also share it again in the groups. I think all of you are part of WhatsApp group. If you are not part of WhatsApp group, when the YouTube session comes, there also that link is there, chinfo.org/donation. If you go to the website, there is donation option is there. There you can choose also that this is for Vivekachoodamani, etc. That option is also there. Right. Okay. One more question is there. Are the verses, they need to be sequentially selected? Yes, better to have sequential, especially for 100 verses, because you are choosing important verses. For 50 verses, you can choose. Suppose you want to put this is more important, you can do anything with the 50 verses. Okay. All right. Chalo. Now let us start with the doubts. First, what is chitta? How does it relate to other three antakarana, that is mana, buddhi, ahankara, or how all these four are correlated? What is chitta shuddhi then? Is subtlety order mana, buddhi, ahankara and chitta? What is the locus of chitta? Is it causal body, and does it pervade manomaya, jnanamaya and anandamaya kosha? So when we speak of antakarana chatushtaya, there are four things, four inner instrument we say antakarana: mana, buddhi, chitta and ahankara. First thing we need to understand is all these are thoughts. Okay, so this distinction which we are making is for our ease. There is no such distinction actually. This is for our analysis, we are making this kind of distinction. Okay, mana, buddhi, chitta and ahankara. In that, mana is mind, buddhi is intellect, chitta is memory, and ahankara is ego. You go back to the section where all these things are described in subtle body, these topics are taken. Okay, please go and see there. Definitions are given for all. Mana is the sankalpa vikalpatmakam, nischayatmika buddhi, chintana kartru chittam. Such definitions are also there, right? So that is these four: mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Now when the word chitta shuddhi is mentioned, there the chitta is not in this context of memory. There chitta means the entire inner equipment. Okay, so that is what we refer to. Chitta Shuddhi, Manas Shuddhi, they both are used in synonyms, right? So that is Chitta Shuddhi. Is subtlety order Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta? See, Mana and Chitta are together always. Buddhi and Ahankara are together always. Actually, there is no subtlety order in that, but if you have to create, then Mana, Chitta is before and Buddhi, Ahankara is little subtler. That is the subtlety order. What is the locus of Chitta? Locus of Chitta is same as locus of mind, which is heart. Where is heart? Lot of discussion is going on in the field, whether it is here, where is the mind located, etc. I am not going to get into that. We say Golaka is Hridaya. Hridaya is left side of your chest, right? Is it causal body? No. See, locus, when you say, locus is physical body where it exists. Of course, all the subtle instruments are supported by causal body only, but that is not. Does it pervade Manomaya, Jnanamaya and Anandamaya Kosha? No, it is part of Manomaya Kosha. When we say Manomaya Kosha has mind and Jnanendriyas, mind also includes Chitta. When we take Chitta as memory. Otherwise, Chitta is generally, in common parlance, is also used as Manas. Simple. Right. Next, what is Samskara? What is the locus of them? Chitta or Mana? Where does Samskara go? Samskara is the impressions, what we call as Vasanas. Vasana and Samskara is one and the same in Vedanta. Okay. But generally what happens, because of the usage, we think Vasana is bad, Samskara is good. Okay, but there is nothing like that. There are Shubha Vasanas, Ashubha Vasanas. There are Shubha Samskaras, Ashubha Samskaras. Samskara and Vasana both are impressions of our experiences, which are not located in mind or Chitta because they are causal body. If you remember the discussion that Shankaracharya had taken up, he had taken that Vasana in subtle body with a different context. That clarification I had given at that time. Okay, but these vasanas or samskaras, impressions that we are talking about, are part of causal body. Okay, where do they go? They don't go anywhere, they go with us. They take us everywhere. They are vasanas, right? What is actually vasana and kamana? Now you are asking two different questions. Vasana is impression, kamana is desire, result of that impression. Okay, how vasana is formed? Already explained. When we perform an action, from that action, the impression is born, whether I enjoyed it or I did not enjoy it. What impression is born, that is called as vasana. Based on that impression, then new desire will be born, which is called as kamana. And according to that, I will perform another action, which is called as karma. Right? That is how it goes. What is locus of them? I have explained. Place where they stay or reside. It is causal, so you can't even have a place. Subtle, at least there is a golaka. Though the subtle mind etc. pervades the entire body, we have seen, but there is a golaka associated with it. Causal has no such thing. Alright. How is vasana different from raga, dvesha and samskara? Samskara and vasana are same. Raga, dvesha is likes and dislikes which are born from vasana. Whatever are our vasana, the first expression of vasana on the subtle body in mind or intellect is raga, dvesha, likes and dislikes. So vasanas are impressions. First expression of those impressions is likes and dislikes. That is the difference. Alright, I have answered. Next. How do we thank enough to the Guru Parampara for helping us understand Brahman, be Brahman and live as Brahman? Experience Brahman in the midst of expressions of Brahmans. How does one thank God for this wonderful experience which words fail to express? The question is very interesting, but answer is very simple. What? Do your duty. Hey, Vedji, what is the connection? You see, in Bhagavad Gita, the concept of Pancha Mahayajna is explained. They say we have 5 kinds of debts on us. 5 debts we have. One is called as Deva Rina, from the Almighty God, from all the deities, etc. we have Rina. Why? Because of them we exist. Because of them we are able to do everything. Deva Rina. Next is Pitru Rina. We have from our ancestors also Rina towards us. Because they lived and they did all these things, therefore we are alive. Then we have Nru Rina. Nru Rina means other human beings who are living in the society with us, they also contribute to our success. So we have debt from them also. Then there is Bhuta Rina, not just human beings but other beings, cat and dog and snake, and everybody is contributing to my life. We have debt towards them also. And fifth one is called as Rishi Rina or Brahma Rina, the Guru Parampara which has carried this knowledge and gave it to us. Now, to come out of these 5 kinds of debts, there are 5 kinds of duties which are prescribed. They are called as Pancha Mahayajna, Pitru Yajna. Same names are there. Pitru Yajna, Deva Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Nru Yajna, Bhuta Yajna and Rishi Yajna or Brahma Yajna. Deva Yajna means you worship the Lord. Now Navratri is going on. You worship Goddess. You worship all the natural things which are there. That is one way to say thank you. Pitru Yajna, you pay homage to your ancestors, etc. Mahalaya Amavasya got yesterday only was Mahalaya Amavasya, so you pay homage to ancestors. Nru Yajna, you help other beings, other human beings in the society, whichever way you can. Bhuta Yajna, you can take care of the pets and other animals. And what is Brahma Yajna or Rishi Yajna to be paid off? Whatever we have received through the Guru Parampara, we must share that knowledge with other people. There is a very beautiful concept of paying forward. Why? Because we can't pay back. We are not in any capacity to pay back, but we can pay forward. So, because of sacrifice of so many great rishis, we have got this knowledge. Now, number one, we must understand it properly. We must study it properly. We must implement it. See how our Guru will be happy. What is one way of making our Guru happy? You follow what the Guru is telling. That is the best way to make him happy. So we learn, then we live, and then we share. This is the way to thank Guru Parampara. In words, though, whatever words we say will not be sufficient. This is the way to pay our respect to them. Okay, so we learn, we live, and then we share. All right. Next question. What is the appropriate term to describe the outside world which we conceive is not true? Is it asat or mithya? Is there any difference between asat and mithya? You have said which we conceive but is not true. Therefore, I will answer it as mithya. Mithya means that which is seen but not true. You yourself have given the answer. Asat means which is not even perceived. That is called as asat. We have seen that there is gradation of knowledge, and initially we have to understand that the world is mithya. Then we go forward and we understand that the world is asat. Right? In between also world is Brahman. It's Brahman alone. Right? So there are different ways, different levels of understanding. But right now when you say that which we conceive but is not true, that term is called as mithya, which is perceived but not true. Please refer to the section of Maya, around 100 verses. The topic of Maya comes 106, 7, 8, I think, around that. Bhinnapya bhinnapya bhayatmikano, sannapya sannapya bhayatmikano, bhinnapya bhinnapya bhayatmikano, sangapya nangapya bhayatmikano, mahadbhuta nirvachaniya rupa, Maya. Vivekachoodamani only I am referring to. Satna, asatna is neither sat nor asat. So there the concept of sat, asat and mithya is explained. Please go through that. Next, what is akhandakara vritti and brahmakara vritti? How one understands in one's experience. Akhandakara vritti and brahmakara vritti are one and the same. Aham Brahmasmi. This thought is called as Brahmakara Vritti or Akhandakara Vritti. How does one understand? One cannot understand it, one needs to experience it. How? When that thought is maintained in practice of meditation, nididhyasana, and taken forward into nirvikalpa samadhi, the thought becomes vasana, becomes extremely strong and extremely subtle, which removes ajnana vritti. Don't try to understand that thought. Try to experience that thought. That is the way to do it. Can you please teach another subject? I have already announced about that. Okay, which is the next text we are studying. Next. Question is on karma and karma phala. As I understand, karma actions give results, good or bad, which fructify as punya or papa, merits or demerits. This fructification happens at different points of time, either in this birth itself or any time in the near or distant future. Correct. Can you please clarify as to how and what predicts this outcome? And are there any factors that affect this outcome? As part of our Purushartha, is there anything we can do to change this course? Okay. So, first thing, when the action is performed, based on the kind of action, punya or papa, this is the phala that will come out. And when that punya and papa coming out, at that same time it will be decided at what time this punya or papa will fructify as sukha or dukkha. And as rightly mentioned, it can be in this life, it can be in near future, it can be in distant future, in other lives. It can be at any time. But at the moment of action, when that karma phala is generated, that time itself, its time is fixed. Point number one. How can we predict it? By looking at how the other results are coming. See, it is like, suppose a ball falls from terrace. Okay, ball is falling from terrace. Now, the moment it started its motion, it is fixed that at exact time it is going to hit the ground. Correct? Now, looking at the ball falling, you can predict that it is going to hit the ground. Now, how do you know it is going? And it is common sense. You look what is the trajectory of the ball, you see it is going to fall. Now, is there something that can be done? Yes. What can be done? Looking at the ball that it is falling, you can jump and catch it, so that the ball does not hit the ground and create any kind of pain. You can predict that there is punya papa I have done and therefore it is going to come as sukha dukkha. But by your purushartha, by God's grace, you can minimize the effect of that purusha, that karma phala. See, karma is done, karma phala will come. There is no changing it. You can't change it. What you can do, you can minimize the impact of karma phala by being prepared for it. Suppose you are looking down, then ball will come and hit you. But if you are aware, you can prepare yourself so that the impact will be reduced. That is the role of Purushartha. See, earlier also we have seen this point, Purushartha does not change Prarabdha. Means whatever already is done. But because Purushartha is part of next Prarabdha, slowly it can change. What has to come will come. But you can keep changing the impact. Is this clear? Okay. So, I think I have. So, are there any factors that contribute to outcome? I have explained. What is the role of Purushartha also I have explained. Next. Similar to vasanas which are located in the causal body, which transmigrate with the jiva through different embodiments, is there any locus for the karma phala or sanchita karma, either total for that jiva or part of the sanchita karma that fructifies as prarabdha karma for each jiva in that particular birth and goes with the jiva? Is it part of the causal body also? Yes. The understanding is right. That is also part of causal body. So, along with vasanas, karma phalas are also part of causal body, and therefore they are the ones leading the subtle body to the next gross body. You see how the logic works now. Karma phalas are also part of causal body. It is the causal body which is going to take the subtle body to the next physical gross body. Correct? How does the subtle body know where to go? It is the causal body which guides. It is the prarabdha karma, sanchita prarabdha, everything is there itself. Prarabdha karma will guide. What are the ways it is kept track of? There is a complete system is there. Complete system is there. The moment we perform action, it is noted. This fellow did this. This was the intention. He didn't want anybody else to know the intention, but I know the intention. Why? Because inside only it is being tracked inside us. We may say this Google etc. is tracking us everywhere. There is somebody inside us. Things that nobody else knows are also tracked. Why? Because we have thought about it. Manasika Kriya is also noted. Okay, so that is how it is done. Now, what is the correlation between vasanas, which express as individual desires, thoughts and actions, and prarabdha karma, that is vasanas expressing through one's actions? Are they based on prarabdha also? Please clarify. This is a very important, beautiful question. I don't remember whether we discussed this. Vasanas and prarabdha karma phala, let us take it in a general sense, both are born from action. I am sure I have explained this earlier. Whenever we perform action, two kinds of results come out. One is the karma phala, result of that action, and another is impression, which will again force you to do that action again if the impression is good, or take you other way if the impression is bad. From each karma, there are two kinds of results born. One is karma phala and another is vasana. Okay. Now, are they same? No, they are not same. They are not same. Karma phala can be bad, but vasanas can be good. Why? Because karma phalas take lot of time to change. Actually, they can't change only. Whatever karma phala I have done will come in whatever time it has to come. Now, being born in a tough prarabdha, being born in a life with tough prarabdha, I can change my vasanas so that my future prarabdha might be changed. This prarabdha may continue. That's why many times we say, oh, this is such a nice person, but he is going through such a tough life. What do you mean? Karma phala is tough, vasanas are good. At the same time, we see other side also. Vasanas are very bad, but because strong prarabdha is there, the person is, popular and doing everything. Vasanas is net result of everything. Prarabdha is part of sanchita. Don't forget that. The portion that is ready to fructify, that much only. Now, from the total portion, the portion that is ready to fructify may not have same percentage. You understand? In sanchita, there may be 50% punya, 50% papa. But suppose all 90% of prarabdha is punya, then in this life you will see he is going through very good things. But actually in his mind, that entire vasanas are there 50%. So the life may go any side, but because of good punya, he will live a nice life. Nice life means he will go through sukha, pleasures of the world. That's it. So both of them are not same. Both of them are at the same place, causal body, but both of them are not same. Another common thing about both of them is purushartha can change both of them. When prarabdha or when the karma phala comes to our life as sukha dukkha, vasanas will suggest the natural course of action, but it is purushartha which can go against it also. So you can change vasanas also, you can change karma phala also. Why? Both are born from karma. Remember, we started with that. When we perform action, vasanas are also, karma phala is also born and vasanas are. So if I change the kind of action that I am doing, karma phala will also change and vasana will also change. Future. Okay? But nice question. Nice question. Other things I am not reading, they are praising, so I am not reading that. I am quite curious to know the name of the student Bhagavan Shankaracharya was teaching. There is no such student whom he actually was teaching and who asked those 7 questions. It is a way of presentation by Bhagavan Shankaracharya. Okay, there might be number of students who have asked these questions at different times, and Acharya Shankara has put everything together and presented to us. Okay, but there is no such, it's not just an historical event where actually somebody went to Shankaracharya. The Shankaracharya who has written the entire text has presented the entire text as a dialogue between Guru and Shishya. Okay, there is no such student. Next, we say that Videha Mukta Jnani, after the fall of gross body, since he is already liberated, becomes one with Brahman and there is no future embodiment. What does merging with non-dual Brahman actually mean? Kindly clarify. What it actually means is, there is nothing. Brahman alone is. That's what it means. There is no merging. There is no future embodiments, of course, because there is snake is gone, rope alone is. That is what it is. It is so to say, the snake has merged into rope. What does it mean? Rope alone is. That's what it means. Nothing more can be said about that. Please explain the 3 stages of knowledge. I don't know exactly what are the 3 stages of knowledge being referred here, but just now I explained 3 stages of knowledge. First level is when we understand that the world is not real. Second level, we understand that the world is Brahman alone. And third thing, we understand the world is not there. Forget about not real, etc. Brahman alone is. You can take as 3 stages. I don't know whether that is the one that you are referring to. Verses 308 and 309, it is said that after self-realization, there is no ego and no return. Then why does it say here that ego may come back? That is said for us to be cautious. If the self-realization is not complete, if the absorption in the self is not complete, ego will come back. You are right that after self-realization, there is no ego and no return. Yes, but whether that self-realization is complete or not, how do we know? That's why, to help us, the compassionate Acharya here says, please be careful. Even if you think that ego has gone, it will come back through Vishayanuchintana. It's like the snake which will take its hood again. Remember all those metaphors that he had used. You cut one head, another head will pop up. So be careful. Go till the end. That's why he has mentioned about it. Okay. Hope I have answered. When there is absolute self-realization, there is no ego, there is no return. It is right. But whether that absorption is complete or not, how do we know? We won't know. And therefore, Acharya is saying, be careful. Be careful. Next. Verse 320, leaving Vishayanuchintana, how do we leave our daily requirements like food, clothes, etc.? No, you don't have to leave all those things. Whatever comes in front of you, you do that. Don't have choice in food. Don't have choice in clothes that I want to wear this kind of cloth only, that whatever is there, you see. Actually speaking, any person, any sensible person while living life, even if not studied Vivekachoodamani, etc., will come to this kind of thing. After certain age, you don't care which saris you wear or what dress you wear. Whatever somebody has gifted, because they have gifted, you wear. Yes, you will still have distinction. This is good kind of sari. Keep it for good occasions. This is little okay, everyday use. That distinction you can still have, but you are not choosing. Everyday designer clothes, everyday interesting food, whatever food comes in front of you, you eat. See, naturally sensible person, anybody will go through this. Okay, that is what is. Vishaya Anuchintana means continuously thinking about objects. That is not there. Your life, your day is focused on Bhagavan. Your day is focused on Vedanta. You are doing that. Whatever comes, comes. Food comes, okay, very good. That's why people choose ashram life towards the end of, their lifespan also. Why? Because there you don't have choice. Whatever comes, you go there and eat. Now, after coming here, you start fighting why this is why. Better you go out and stay where all these things are there. But that is what it means. Okay. You don't have to give up food, clothes, etc. Just have to give up the thoughts which will take away mind space about all these things. Verses 454, Prarabdha at 3 levels. Is there any role that prayers and grace can help? I just now explained prayer and grace is also Purushartha, which will do two things. It will change your future Prarabdha and it will make you stronger to go through present Prarabdha. These two things grace and prayer can do. Next, consciousness, knower or witness? Please clarify. Consciousness is, if you put knower and witness as small k and small w, it is neither. If you put it as capital K, capital W, it is both. Why? Because knower with capital K itself is witness with capital W. What do you mean? It is not a knower like the individual who knows through mind and intellect. Consciousness is not that. It does not know as a thought. It is not vritti janita jnana. It is not a knowledge created by a thought. Consciousness is knowledge per se, capital K. Means not knowledge of something, but knowledge itself. Vijay, we can't understand. Correct, you cannot understand. What we can understand is small k knowledge. What we cannot understand is consciousness or capital K. Now that itself can be said as witness, but again there witness has to be capital W. You can't say small witness like I am witnessing something happening in front of me. Not again, why? Because again that is created by thought. This is not thought based knowledge, not thought based witnessing. That is what it is, consciousness. Next. Why is mind considered to be sattva when all the desires, agitations and emotions are felt in the mind? Mind is never said to be sattva. It is said that mind is made up of sattva. Mind is made up of sattva guna. Mind is not sattva. Mind can be rajasic, tamasic, sattvic depending on what is inside the mind. Always the example that is given is, pot is made up of clay and therefore you will call it as clay pot. But suppose there is liquor in that pot, you will call it as liquor pot. That doesn't mean it is no more clay pot. It is made up of clay, but it contains liquor. It contains water. It contains nectar. Same clay pot, but it can contain whatever. Mind is made up of sattva. What do you mean made up of sattva? Made up of sattvic aspect of the 5 subtle elements. But what mind contains can be sattvic thoughts, rajasic thoughts or tamasic thoughts. And therefore agitations, desires, all these they are contents of the mind. Mind is made up of sattva. It can contain any kind of thoughts. Are gunas and vasanas related? Yes. Yes. For me, my gunas are based on my vasanas. They are actually one and the same. Gunas are expressions of vasanas. Do gunas constitute mala? Can. If it is rajas and tamas, rajasic, tamasic guna can constitute mala also. How to transcend desires? Number of times we have explained. I am not going to answer it again. So many times. Shankaracharya's favorite topic is give up desires. Okay, so many times he has said how to do that. During japa, are both mind and intellect involved? Yes, if you want to create that distinction. As I earlier said, mind and intellect both are thoughts only. So not necessarily you have to create that distinction. Techniques for withdrawal from one's mental preoccupation. The samadhi techniques which are explained in the text itself. How slowly from this outer world you take your mind off. You don't allow senses to go out. Slowly turn within. That are the techniques for techniques given in the text. How to contemplate on the supreme I, the self within. Those techniques are also mentioned in Vivekachoodamani. I am not going to explain it again. There is a series of verses explaining what are the steps to be followed, how to meditate on the self, what are the words that can be used. Verses are used, I think 255 around that 255 verses, there are 10 verses for meditation. Isn't it? Jati niti kula gotra duragam, nama rupa guna dosha varjitam, desha kala vishaya ativartiyat, brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmane. So that is the way to contemplate on the self. The last shloka from Mandukya Karika is the subject matter of all Upanishads and Vivekachoodamani also. I think a committed student needs only one book like this or Katho Mundaka Upanishad. What is your view? I had the privilege of attending this and Mundaka same time, and both texts were at its peak together. Great experience. My opinion is same as what I have learned from my Guru. And Gurudev used to say, any text is sufficient for any person. Kindle Life also. Kindle Life is in the study scheme of Chinmay Mission study groups. First text is Kindle Life. Foundation Vedanta course, which we have in CIF, is based on Kindle Life. Foundation Vedanta course. Okay. After that, Advanced Vedanta course, Master Gita, Master Life and Bhagavad Gita course, Upanishad course, Brahma Sutra, all are there. But any text is sufficient. Why? Because all texts are giving entire knowledge to us. But Veji, then why do we keep studying? Because first one has not worked. If the first one has worked, then there is no need, then you will not ask me question, when are you starting next class and what is the next. That means it has worked but not completely. Something more to be done. Therefore what? Use one more technique, use one more text, see if that works. Okay, but any text is sufficient, not necessarily Mandukya etc. Kindle Life also. Actually in our Sandipani course, when we were studying, after studying Mandukya, our Acharya told us to study Kindle Life. It was not taken during our batch at all. Kindle Life is not part of the syllabus. After studying Mandukya, that is after almost 1 year and 8-9 months, or probably 10 months, 1 year, 10 months. After that, after studying all the Upanishads, after studying Bhagavad Gita, after studying Prakarana Granthas, he said, now you read Kindle Life. Now you will understand Kindle Life. So, which means what? Whatever I have understood after Mandukya, I could have understood by Kindle Life also. It's just that it didn't work. My mind did not work. Okay. So, any text is sufficient. Okay. Now, there is a long question. Okay. I am going to read fast. I have been observing my pet kitten for 1 year. She has rescued by me. Okay, she is a keen observer, highly intelligent, thinks always with big goals of conquering new destinations, creative and fearless. Her tail is always wagging, indicative of an ever active mind. She is always around while I listen to the spiritual discourses on YouTube, on digital TV. She must have earned the exposure to early spirituality too. My question, do pet animals or other living beings also experience Brahman, as they can't communicate and hence are naturally inwardly inclined, always connected to their thoughts without much major distractions of an external objective reality through their senses? We know and experience Brahman in all living and non-living things, an extension and first-hand miracle and magic of God through this universe. Question is, do the pet animals or other living beings also experience Brahman? No, they cannot. Sorry to burst your bubble, they cannot. Animals are called as Papa Yoni. It is the result of Papa because of which they are born as animals. We may say such a nice life, it is not a nice life. It is not a nice life. They suffer throughout. There are so many difficulties in their life, they cannot say anything. One more thing, they cannot, what do we say? They cannot perform any action, any intelligent action. Their life is based on instincts. According to instincts they live. They have no capacity to think and decide the course of action, and therefore they cannot realize Brahman. Having said this, we will observe certain animals which are very calm and quiet and who come for classes etc. We do observe. Even when we were studying Sandipani course etc., one dog used to, before the class he will come and sit in the door. And when the class is about to get over, not after it is over, when it is about to get over, before Swamiji starts Purnamada, he will get up and go. When we will all gather to welcome Puja Guruji etc., And sometimes we didn't have phone at that time, so Guruji will be late, we will be standing, but the dog used to come just 2 minutes before Guruji comes. How do we explain all these things? We cannot explain all these things. We don't have to explain all these things. We should not think about all these things. The dog is going through the life that it has to go through. I am going through life that I have to go through. Focus on your sadhana. Don't get too much involved with all these things. It is the preoccupation of mind. See, there are people who can't be with people. Therefore, they keep pets. Why? People will reply, no? Then you have to listen to their reply also. Animals cannot reply, so you keep talking to dog and cat, etc. and you say, my cat listens to. Nothing like that happens. Please come out of delusion. Focus on your sadhana. Let that pet animal, it's a loving animal. They are part of God's creation also, and therefore they all are wonderful. Nobody is saying no. If you have, liking towards them, you have. There is absolutely no problem. Some people take care of trees, some people take care of animals, some people take care of other human beings. All is okay. According to your samskaras, vasanas, you do. But don't think of all these things. They cannot realize Brahman. Sorry to burst your bubble. I have to tell what is truth. Okay. Next question. We have seen that the world is a projection of our mind. We have also seen that after realization, manonasha and vasanakshaya have to happen for the jnani to be established in the self. In which stage of saptabhumika does manonasha and vasanakshaya get completed? In the last stage, saptabhumika, 7th. That is where it gets completed. Once manonasha has happened, then where is the mind to project the world? Does that mean that the jnani will not perceive the world at all, or he will continue seeing it but know it to be unreal? At that last stage, he will not perceive the world at all, and therefore he enters into samadhi and cannot be brought back. We have seen, right? 5th bhumika, he comes back. 6th bhumika, somebody else has to bring him back. 7th bhumika, 7th bhumika, he does not come back. Because manonasha and vasanakshaya is so complete that there is no perception of the world. The world is not there at all for the jnani. Okay. Next. Hum Brahma, Hindi, question is in Hindi, okay, so I am going to read it in Hindi, then I will translate. Hum Brahma hai, चेतन स्वरूप आत्मा है, यह अहंकार अहमता कहाँ से आई है और इसको कैसे समाप्त किया जाएगा या बहुत ही कम किया जाए. साथ ही मन विचारों का समूह है, प्रवाह है, जो कभी भी नहीं थम पा रहा है, ध्यान करते समय भी बीच बीच में आ जाता है. कैसे सतत समग्र रूप से ध्यान अवस्था रहे. इन सभी का त्याग कैसे करे जिससे पवित्रता की ओर बढ़ सके व स्वरूप को प्राप्त कर सके. द क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम वेयर द ईगो हैज कम, हाउ विल इट गो. द माइंड इज सो फिकल एंड इट कीप्स गिविंग थॉट्स वन आफ्टर अनदर. हाउ टू काम द माइंड, दैट इज द क्वेश्चन. We don't know from where ego has come. It's a mystery. But that doesn't matter. We have to end it. How to end it? By realizing that I am not the ego, but I am Brahman. Process is given in the text itself. How to reduce the flow of the mind? There is beautiful, again I am referring to Kindle Life. Gurudev says that the problem is with 3 things. He says, number 1, there are too many thoughts. Number 2, there are impure thoughts. And number 3, they are all born from ignorance. There are too many thoughts, there are impure thoughts, and they are born from ignorance. Now, what Gurudev is explaining there in Kindle Life is called as 3 kinds of obstacles. Vikshepa, too many thoughts, Mala, impure thoughts, Avarana, Ajnana Avarana, ignorance. So, Mala, Vikshepa and Avarana, these are the 3 defects naturally present in the mind. How to get rid of this? The 3 paths given are Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga. When we do Karma Yoga is focusing on your duty and offering it unto God. The number of thoughts reduce. Why? Because you are no more focused on result of action and what will I get and will I get good things, will people recognize me. All these thoughts are gone, number of thoughts are reduced. Bhakti Yoga, when you do japa, puja, etc., the thoughts are purified. And Jnana Yoga, Shravana Manana Nidhyasana will help in removing that Ajnana. So Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. In other words, Seva, Sadhana, Swadhyaya, 3S. If we do this, all these problems will go away. Ego will go away. The mind will not have distracting thoughts, will not have impure thoughts, and will not have ignorance. Seva, Swadhyaya, Sadhana, Swadhyaya, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Okay. Next, इच्छाएं, वासनाएं, कामनाएं आदि मिथ्या धारणाएं क्या है, क्यों बार बार उत्पन्न और नष्ट होती रहती है, उनकी उत्पत्ति कहाँ से होती है और वह इन्हें कैसे समाप्त किया जाए, ये उत्पन्न ही क्यों होती है और हमें सदैव ही घेरे रहती है, जिस हम जीव अपने को संसार में रहने को मजबूर पाते हैं, उपाय बताए, रास्ता सुझाए. फ्रॉम वेयर द डिजायर्स, impressions, etc. born? That is the question about. From where are they born? They are born from our own actions. We are creating desires. So how to stop it? Don't create desires. The more and more we focus on the world will have more and more temptations for us, and we will have more and more desires for it. Focus on God. Slowly mind will stop thinking about the world. There will not be any desire, there will not be impressions, etc. Okay, that is the way. Next. After listening, making notes, now I feel I know nothing. I was looking forward to Sunday morning as Vivekachoodamani is my most revered book. Started my journey in 1998 with this book taught by Brahmachari Vimal Chaitanya at Orlando Mission. Please guide me and help me to make progress so I feel like I have achieved. Why you want to feel like you have achieved? You have come to right conclusion that I know nothing. There is only one thing that I know, that I am Brahman. If that is clear, no other thing is required. To deepen this knowledge, keep doing your seva, swadhyaya and sadhana. If you keep doing it, nothing else is required. Okay. Next question. ध्यान करते समय जब मैं किसी दिन किसी सीमा तक अंदर और बाहर के जगत से अपना ध्यान हटाने में सफल हो जाता हूँ तो एक प्रकार की शून्य अवस्था का अनुभव करता हूँ और वासनाओं से रहित सा महसूस करता हूँ, पर यह अवस्था कभी कभी ही होती है और अनायास ही होती है, और तब जबकि मैं बहुत समय पहले से ध्यान में बैठा हुआ हूँ. अतः प्रभु प्लीज़ यदि कोई अन्य गाइडेड मेडिटेशन हो तो उसे बताए, भेजने की कृपा करें जिससे स्थिरता आ सके. The question is about meditation, that sometimes you go into thoughtless state. The person is asking, is there any way it can be avoided, or is there any guided meditation? There are many guided meditations available, but you see, after studying such a text, you should do it yourself. You yourself should guide the meditation that your mind wants to have. Now, mind will go in thoughtless state in two conditions. Number one, it is sleeping. Number two, it has really reached the state where there is nothing. In first, you will have confusion whether I have reached or not. In second, you will not have confusion. Okay. So, one way is to listen to some guided meditation and do it. Second is you yourself guide the meditation. You yourself guide the mind and do it. Second method is always good. The shlokas which are taken in Vivekachoodamani which Shankaracharya has given, take one shloka and just continue to think about it. Stop all the thoughts. Automatically meditation will happen. Automatically it will happen. Okay. Try doing that. That will help. Question. To know Brahman, we must get the knowledge and take steps for the knowledge to take root. There may be several steps, but it comes down to thinning the mind by purifying it. Samadhi Shat Sampatti. As we start doing this, we will start seeing oneness. As we start removing Krodha, Lobha, Matsarya, etc. by constantly correcting every thought and action, to be kind, compassionate, removing the feeling of I. When you see anything, knowing everything is Brahman and Brahman alone, all should take us to that oneness. Do we need meditation as a next step? Aren't we already there? If I have not first done purification, how far will my meditation take me and it not end up just being manana time? And if I am already there, then meditation is just for me to happily revel in myself, right? That is the question. Understand the importance of meditation. what is the importance of meditation? That we must understand. Okay? You are able to hear, right? Yeah. What is the importance of meditation? We said in Shravana we gain the knowledge as information. In Manana we make that information into personal knowledge by repeated thinking. In Nididhyasana or practice of meditation, we will convert this knowledge into experience. All three steps are necessary. Now, if I do meditation before purifying the mind, purification of mind, etc. happens even before Shravana, okay? Now, if I don't have mind purified and if I do meditation before that, that will also help me in purifying mind. So, never think that meditation is not going to be helpful. Meditation is always going to be helpful. But it will have its full impact when there is a purified mind, when there is clarity gained through Shravana Manana, then meditation will have full impact. So, if that stage has not come, then focus on other sadhanas more than meditation. Doesn't mean leave meditation. I am not saying that. I am saying focus on other sadhanas more to gain that purity and clarity which is required. Then the meditation will be of help. Now, if you just do the other sadhanas and not do meditation, it's not going to work. Because with the purity and clarity, how will you deepen the knowledge and how will you experience it? So, meditation is necessary. No doubt about it. If you don't have purity and you meditate, you will gain the purity. If you are trying to gain purity and clarity, focus on those sadhanas more. Still continuing with meditation. But once you have purity and clarity, meditation will take you to that supreme experience. I hope this entire concept is clear. Okay. हिंदी में लास्ट क्वेश्चन, हिंदी में अपने मिशन की किताबों में श्लोक 269 में अर्थ को समझते हुए एक मंत्र जप दिया गया है कि सोहम मैं वह हूँ, हन सह वही मैं हूँ। कृपा करके मुझे इसका अर्थ प्रोनाउंसिएशन करके बताइए कि कृपा करें। अच्छा, यह क्या भाव है यह भी बताने की कृपा करें। अच्छा, ओके। सोहम मीन्स सह अहम, सह aham. Tattvamasi is there, no? Tattvamasi. That you are. The experience of that Tattvamasi is Saha Aham. I am that. मैं वह हूँ. I am that. Now, please note, this is not for japa. Soham is not to be used for japa. Soham is used for reflection and meditation. Japa is deities japa you can do, no? Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Om Namah Shivaya, Krishna Sharanam Mama, etc. Okay, but Saha Aham means I am that Brahman. That is what it means. Finally, we have to reach that understanding only, right? So that is what is meant by Soham. Okay, I think I have answered. All right. So questions are over. Are there any questions in the chat? I think no. Okay. Will these videos be available for a long time? Hopefully yes. It will be on YouTube all the time. Registered for 20, 21st, 22nd December session in CIF Ashram. Is that not happening? It is happening. It is happening. It is happening in person, no? I had announced earlier also there is a camp for, especially for those people who have completed some course in home study courses and also Vivekachoodamani, right? That camp is happening. It is here personally, okay? Then Manache Shlok. This is the text that we will be taking next. Manache Shlok. M-A-N-A-C-H-E. Manache. M-A-N-A-C-H-E. Manache Shlok. S-H-L-O-K. It is a text authored by Samartha Ramdas Swami. English translation is available. You can purchase the book, etc. It will be available. Online also it is available, in some bookstores also you will get. It's a popular book. Okay. So you can get that. All right. Chalo. We will conclude. No live questions. Okay. No live questions. Next session we will meet for summary. Will be the last session. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om.